Okay, this is where you will see a number, a code. You will have to enter this. Can you become a student? Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay. We see things different in here than you do as a student.
And that's
so
where they submit the pen.
This is what you would do. Each time you go in, and you only have to do this once per day, you will take this number changes daily, put it in here, and that will show your attendance for that day. Okay? That's the way we keep up with whether or not you're being active or not. You can see that you have the status here, and now, Ricky, if you can go all the way down on this particular screen, come on down, all the way to the bottom. And I know a lot of people don't read these messages. Do yourself a favor, read over them. Anytime you want to see your grades, click on this right here, and you will see the grades come up. You notice, Ricky, you hadn't been doing anything.
I hadn't done anything.
But as you complete things, your grades will come up, and you will see. Anytime you see a 0, here's the bad thing. You see this overall average up at the top? That overall average is what your score is at that particular time. Every time you do another assignment and complete another assignment, you will see that overall average will increase, because anything that you have not completed is counted as a 0. Now, the labs, the homework assignments, the regular test, by the way, the regular tests are open book. The final is not. It is a closed book test. The final must be taken here on site. Any of the other work, other than the labs and the final, can be done elsewhere. Back to what I was saying though, let's take a look at the percentage of what each area counts, Ricky. It's in the syllabus. I should have got that while we was there, but it teaches us how to move around a little bit. Okay. And by the way, you notice that we do have our units in each module listed out, so that will help you out a little bit too. Okay. Okay. If we move down to the bottom of this, towards the bottom of it, we should see on the syllabus itself. Oh, by the way, while we're right here, you can also see your attendance records by clicking on that right there. Y'all have to excuse us. We're learning as we go too. And being that Ricky's attendance has only been one day so far, right? But you can run that, and you can see that it shows that he is here today. Okay.
Well, I logged in on the 14th.
Yes, you did. You sure did.
All right, David, I'm going to have to get out of here as a student to get back to the syllabus.
Yeah, let's take a look at the syllabus. And I want to show what the percentage is for each area while we're into the Angel.
I think I'm still in here as a student, but let's go back to the course. I should be able to get in there as a student. Let's go to resources. It's in there. Should be.
Right.
There it is right there.
Right there.
The syllabus is actually in a couple of different places.
Right.
Takes it.
By the way, sometimes these programs take a little while to work. Have patience. Please have patience. I know sometimes when you open up the labs, it seems like it's never going to open that up. And by the way, we're going to be offering a lab book. We will issue it will be yours, but we will issue a lab book when you start your course. Please hang on to that. And a little hint: sometimes these labs are repeated in other courses, so hang on to your work. You may be able to get credit for some of the labs that you have done previously.
All right, David, there's the syllabus.
Yes, all right. Now, if we can move down towards the bottom, we should see our percentage coming up. Here we go. Now, notice this is not exactly right as it is right now. You will see a different percentage in the future, but go ahead and look at this when you get into your course. Okay. Once again, I want to point out that when you take the final, it's final. Whatever the score of the course is at that particular time, then that's what it's going to be. So do not go and take all the tests and the final and then decide to do the labs. It's too late. Once again, I cannot emphasize this enough. Follow the outline. It's very important to follow the outline. All right, let's move on to something that's important to both of us. Our responsibility as instructors. Our responsibility is to you as a student to provide you with the best education that we know how through our school and our resources. And we're hoping that you have a very successful career in this field. It is our desire to see you improve your life. But, you know, you hear the old saying, it's not all about you. It's not all about you. It's about the school and it's about industry. You see, we serve as instructors, you the student, we serve industry, and we serve the school. You serve the school. Your reputation that you take with you from here will go and spread the word about Southern Crescent. There's no doubt. If it's a good reputation, we're proud of you. If it's not so good of a reputation, we're still proud of you, but not as much. Yeah. So, what we do here, we hope will spread in having good quality not instructors, but technicians in the field. Let me say a little bit about industry. Without industry, none of us have a job. If it weren't for industry, they don't need you as a student, and they definitely don't need us as instructors. So we are all in this thing together, and let's make it work. But remember, sometimes the course load may seem heavy. It's not to our benefit, it's to your benefit. If we seem like we're hard on you, I know that may sound bad, but we're not trying to be hard on you. We're not picking you out as an individual. We're trying to get you to learn so that when you get in the field, you can be confident and do a good job. It's nothing in the world like having somebody to look over your shoulder while you're working. It's tough. We want you to have that confidence. You know, it's kind of like reading a road map. If you know about where you're headed, you may not have ever seen it before, but you know the signs and that you can see the view to get to the right place. That doesn't mean you're not going to make a wrong turn every now and then, but you'll recognize when you do. All right, let's talk a little bit about your goal in life. I hope your goal is in this field, but if you get involved in this and you find out this is just not the game of marbles that you want to be in, don't beat yourself up. Find something that you like. Now, I'm not asking you to say, you know, is every day going to be fun? Lord, no, every day is not going to be fun. But let me tell you, if you're going to work and dreading it every minute, you're in the wrong field. Now, this is not a field that you're going to keep your hands clean. I have done various jobs throughout my career, and I've had days that I hardly done anything other than pick up a pencil or a piece of paper. That's a tough day sometimes, but just the same, there was no grease involved. And I've had other days that I have come out and it would take me 30 minutes just to get the grease off my hands, let alone the rest of it. So, you know, we can be in some tight places. There's a lot of hazards. You have to be prepared. And I just want you to know it is a physical job. Now, there are different avenues that you may want to pursue. And the beauty about this particular career, if you get, we'll use the term burnout, doing one type of service, there's something else that you can move into. You're probably saying, well, what in the world could I do that wouldn't be physical? Well, there's still some physical to it, but you ever thought about people behind a counter? You find out that the most successful people behind a counter are ones that know what they're selling. Salespeople. I have a good friend that's made a very good living selling products in this field. But I personally enjoy the service end. Some people enjoy the installation. And we'll go in more detail in that as we go through here. But make sure, again, that this is what you want to do. If you decide that this is not what you want to do, don't just walk out the door. There's everything has to have a paperwork associated with it, right? I mean, let's face it, everything. And the old saying is the job's not done till the paperwork's over, right? Okay, the job's not finished. So if you decide that you do not want to the HVACR field as your career and you want to withdraw from the class, do it properly. Fill out the paperwork. Otherwise, at the end of the course, you will receive a grade. And a W is a lot better than an F. And if you hadn't done any work, it's going to be an F. We have no choice in that. And that does go on a permanent record. Okay. I always get a question about, when I finish this program, can I get my state license? The answer is no, you can't. There's a lot of rules and regulations to getting a state license. It's a contractor's license. Now what we do offer here is we do offer the EPA certification through an outside source, but we do that through the school here. Now the EPA certification is a must. You're not going to be able to get your foot in the door without that certification. It is an absolute must. You may say, well, all I want to do is installation. Do I need it there? The answer is probably yes. There are some exceptions, but more than likely you're not going to get hired if you do not have the EPA certification. The state licensing, that's a whole nother ball game. We can talk about that a little later. Ricky, would you like to
David, I just wanted to remind you about the experiential requirement for the state licensing exam, and the state does recognize our course as part of the experience.
Okay, it does, but there is other things that you have to have along with that. So I just don't want to mislead anybody and make them think that they can come through this course and leave here and go get their state license. It's just not going to happen. But it's like anything else, you have to go up the ladder, and this is a good step to start going up that ladder. Okay, I don't have a whole lot left here. I just want to say welcome. It's a pleasure to teach others, to help spread the knowledge, and as I said before, you can look at me and tell that I've never gone hungry. I've been out of a job before. I've been laid off before. But you know what? I had one before I got home. I didn't even get a chance to sit in the rocking chair. So that's what the beauty of this is. If you want to work, it's here. We're going to conclude at that.